up, a Cinema Shogun here, and well, apparently, the LAPD showed up to Britney Spears' house for a wellness check, and it's about time, am I right? I mean, let's just be honest. Someone should have stepped in long ago. Someone should have been checking in on this woman months ago, but now, we know for a fact that the LAPD showed up to her house yesterday because they were concerned about her mental health. Now, of course, the blame has to go somewhere. Britney has to blame someone for this. Britney's crazy, deranged fan base, they have to place the blame somewhere. The blame can't go on Britney. No. It's not Britney's fault. Never mind the fact that she is constantly looking crazy on social media. She's posting Instagram captions, talking out of her head, spaced out, incoherent. No one ever knows what this woman's talking about. And she's posting videos, twirling around with knives, and then posting videos covered in cuts and bruises and injuries. I mean, obviously, someone needs to stop this woman from hurting herself. But like I said, the blame has to go somewhere. So, it's everyone else's fault. It's not Britney's fault for acting crazy. It's your fault for noticing how crazy Britney is. So they're trying to place the blame on the fans. It's the fans' fault. It's your fault for being concerned about Britney. You're the one that called the cops on Britney. Crazed fans called the cops on Britney. But then I had to think, let me think real quick. The psychotic, mentally ill portion of Britney's fan base, they all think that what Britney's doing is awesome. They don't see anything wrong with her behavior. It's the rational, sane people who can see that something's wrong. And for the most part, these rational, sane people aren't going to call cops to Britney's house. So if anyone was going to call the cops or do something weird, it would be the Yas Queens, right? I mean, they literally get off on Britney twirling around naked with knives and knife cuts. I mean, this is the type of stuff they like. They are mentally ill and deranged, just like Britney Spears. But I remember this happened once before. It actually was not too long ago. I can't remember, was it months ago, maybe a year ago? It's been a while, but not too long. The police showed up at Britney's house. And when that happened, fans were blamed back then as well. But I remember thinking, you know what I think is happening here is I think that Britney's own people, meaning Britney's own employees that are in the house with her, I think that they're the ones calling 911. I think it's more likely that they're calling 911, getting the police to show up, as opposed to random fans. You know, the LAPD probably deals with a lot of awkward calls from crazy fans doing weird things. So I believe there's probably employees, bodyguards, cooks, chefs, maids, that guy who was screwing Britney and cleaning her toilets. Who knows who it is? It's probably someone in the house that's concerned, but they don't want to admit to calling the police because then they'll lose their job. So everyone just pretends, oh, it must be those crazy fans again. And listen, I know that already by the time you're watching this video, you already probably watched 5 other videos with people blaming the fans and people blaming this person. We're going to throw the blame over here. No one wants Britney to be held accountable for her own actions. Well, I'm here to tell you that all of those people are full of crap. Most of these people who I see discussing Britney do not pay attention to what this woman does on a daily basis. Honestly, they aren't informed enough to really even speak on what's been going on, if you ask me. So all of this talk, oh, it's the fans. Actually, that's not the case. let's go ahead and dive right into this article and find out who really was behind this wellness check. Law enforcement sources say that the initial call for the welfare check was made by a member of the LAPD SMART team, a group that handles mental evaluations. Cops made the decision to go to Britney Spears' house because the person actually had some knowledge of Britney and her situation and was not just a fan. Once officers arrived, they spoke with Britney's security, who assured them she was okay, but did not want to speak to them, so the deputies left. Britney's attorney called the cops later that day asking about the visit, and deputies assured him they only made the visit because the call was made by someone who actually knew Britney. They do not make the welfare checks for fan calls. Boom! Boom! Right there. So, right there, folks, the information's not hard to find. I'm sorry that so many big social media influencers are out here misguiding you, telling you lies. I mean, the only reason they're really invested into this story is because they know that these crazy fans will send them super chats and they will kiss their behinds and brown nose them and support them as long as they pretend like there's nothing wrong with Britney. But the fact is that this call did not come from a fan. This call came from someone who knew Britney and someone on a special task force of the LAPD that specifically works on people with mental health issues. They believe that Britney has mental health issues. Isn't that funny? We have a whole task force that's set up to deal with issues with people who are mentally ill, and they made the call to go to Britney's house because they, like me, like most of you, unlike the Ass Queens, they can see that Britney is very obviously mentally unwell. She is spiraling out. Now that she's incorporating knives into her shitty dances, things are going to get worse. Things are going to get crazy. This woman has already injured herself multiple times. It looks like she took the knife to the furniture in the background of her dancing videos. I don't know what's going to happen next, but it's not going to be pretty. I feel like I will continue to sit here every couple of days, every couple of weeks, maybe every couple of months, pointing out how much this woman needs help until she's dead, and then everyone will pretend like they knew all along. But it's only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen, before something wild happens. But judging by what's happening right now, seeing that people who actually know Britney are calling for wellness checks, seeing that even members of the LAPD on their own are making the call to go check on Britney, I'm telling you, it's not long. Either this woman winds up dead or something else is going to happen. I don't know how she can get help. I don't know what exactly is going to happen, but something's going to play out soon. It's really starting to I don't think it's reaching its final boiling point, but we're reaching one of the boiling points. There's levels to this. You know, like I told you all before, her behavior is going to get increasingly psychotic and crazy the more people ignore it and the more people the more it becomes normalized. Because you see at first, when Britney got off the conservatorship, posting topless photos was enough to, shock the world. Now no one cares anymore. She's going to continue doing weird stuff until it's too late. But hey, you can't say I didn't warn people. Let me know your thoughts, though, down below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and remember to not dance around with knives.